Yeah. Welcome to Fort Fritz. I am now your host, Everest, of the Whiskeymouth variety. Joined, as always, by co-host Mandaddy, Nick Spry.
What's up, fam?
Angela, Fritz, and one I don't know and frankly do not have the capacity to care about. Her bracelets here says Marie.
That's Marie.
Marie.
I don't...
What the hell? Why are we shackled
What
together?
happened? You dicks. What did you do?
We didn't have enough problems. Now we got chains.
Where the hell have you been?
It's been a few years. What's going on, dude?
It's been 7 exactly.
Why are we all tied up?
Yeah, is this like a misery sort of thing going on? Why are you keeping track of how long it's been since you met us?
Are your shins broken yet?
Not currently.
In this scenario, yes, I am Kathy Bates, and
Okay.
you are James Caan.
Oh, my head hurts.
You couldn't just have a conversation with us? You had to do all this?
What happened to us? Can you at least tell us that much?
Perhaps you're familiar with the nefarious trap set by one Kevin McAllister in the hit film Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
The sequel.
I do, yeah, that was the sequel.
The sequel, but
Do not
far better
speak that
than the
name.
original.
It is pretty good.
Anyway, I tied an I-beam up with ropes and dropped it into
bastard.
your foreheads.
Oh, my goodness.
And it hit all 5 of you at once.
Yeah.
How
Good
did
timing,
you even
good
know we
timing.
were going to be coming down the stairwell?
Well, I set up several paint cans, and you guys dodged all of them, so
Wow.
I
Okay.
had to drop the beam.
Missed all that. How?
It was really dark.
Can I ask you this? Why are you doing this to us? We have no issue with you.
Do we?
Well, as you may remember, if your brain wasn't so scrambled by the swinging I-beam,
Yeah, duh.
I am a realtor by trade.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
Okay.
I remember that. And
Remember,
you're a
I
dick.
gave you my card, and we partied. We had a kegger.
Do realtors kidnap people like this on a regular
Yeah.
basis?
Are you
Like, why'd you
kidding
start
me?
with
If
that?
they
What am I
were
missing
making
here?
a sale.
Is that why we have a housing crisis?
He's just keeping it real, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that on my card. I've been researching the fort since last we met, and
Why?
I think you'll be curious to know. Mm-hmm. There are delinquent property taxes that have not been paid on this property.
How?
damn it.
No.
God damn it, Angela.
Oh, there's so many of us. How?
Yes, surely one of you should have known to pay your taxes.
Oh, we all just assume the other one's going to do it.
Typical deferment of responsibility.
Yes.
Anyway, if not paid by 3 years, and you'll want to know this part, anyone could purchase the fort, and the deadline is up. You guessed it, at the end of this month.
Already?
God damn it.
I'm sorry,
all our
guys.
money
I'm
on
sorry.
chicken.
Thank God this month has 49 days.
Somebody else has it.
Wait a minute.
Keep on telling you this doesn't have. No month has 49 days. I've told you this like 12 times.
Man, Daddy,
No, that's
I'm
not
concussed, all right? That's my excuse
But
this
you've
time.
been saying that before you were concussed.
This time. Oh, my God. Look at that fucking gun.
Holy shit! Hey.
Wow.
Let's cool the temperature down.
Put your hands above your head.
I can't.
Oh, you can't.
Everyone has to do it. Everyone has to do
So
it.
how can we? We can't.
We have
We're
manacles.
saying It's going. My feet are. I can't
Yes,
put my
that
hand
is
anywhere.
why it's funny to me. That
Well,
you
that
can't
gun
do
isn't
that.
funny to fucking anyone.
Wow.
Point that away.
God damn it! Is that a desert eagle? No one uses a desert eagle except
Yes,
for the movies.
if you play Fortnite, we call
Wait,
it a
hold on,
deagle.
guys. Maybe it's not even loaded.
Bang!
Oh, that's a live round.
What?
Why?
Fucking real. That's
Why?
What?
God.
Okay, I got my hearing back.
You're crazy.
My father lent me this gun.
Oh, of course he
You'll
did.
note the nickel plating and the pearl handle.
It's nice. It's pretty.
Yes,
pretty.
it is. He got it
Snappy.
at Yale when he was summering with J.D. Vance.
Oh.
That's a very manly man from Appalachia. You may be interested. Fritz, as the sole trustee of the
That's
property.
me.
Okay.
Yes, you know your uncle has left this to you.
Felix, yes.
And the property taxes have lapsed under your watch. All I have to do to take control of this property is kill you right here and now.
No, that's not cool.
Really?
And frankly, there's not a thing you can do about it.
You can't kill Nick Spry
Can
and
you
said,
just kill him?
Why would I kill him?
Just him, right? It's just him,
don't.
not us.
Yes,
Marine,
no, the rest of you are very likable.
Thank you. Thank
you
you.
have to kill me? Oh, because
You know, because it's in your name.
It's the contract.
It's in your name. I'm
Contract.
trying to take it over. You owe property taxes.
Yeah,
it's
man.
all thing.
I think okay. So the rest of us are good, and so we can leave. And
No,
you guys
we're
can
chained
discuss.
together, you
Well,
dumb
I'm going to keep you
God
chained
damn it.
together just for
Damn it.
safety.
Do it.
Bang!
Oh,
Shut up. I'm the one doing the talking here.
that was fucking
man.
loud.
All right, you bastards, get moving.
Okay. Oh, well.
Ah.
All right.
We gotta do the chain gang shuffle over here.
Yeah.
right, ready?
All walking.
Surely you've seen
No, we're all
the
walking-
Soggy Bottom Boys.
Yeah, well, I got a
Yeah.
little bit of a soggy bottom after you put that gun in my face.
Yeah.
These shackles are very
More of a
tight.
soggy front.
Everest, where does this tunnel lead us?
I'm glad you asked. it leads directly to your unpaid property.
Man, like right switch.
Otherwise known as Fort Fritz.
Oh, okay, well,
okay,
that's okay.
At least we ended up in the right direction.
That's where we were going anyway.
I didn't think I owned.
I mean,
It's beginning to feel like a Monopoly game.
Inconvenient way to get there.
This is. I mean, I'm glad we have tunnels that we can go to where we need to go, and I want to get back to Fort Fritz. I want to get done with this fucking guy over here.
Yeah.
But
What?
I'm a little scared because tunnels can also become catacombs.
No.
How did
and
you jump straight to that?
Because what is a tunnel except a thing that goes to underground into a catacomb unless it goes to a wonderful meadow we can frolic? A lot of catacombs just, I don't know if they're just the place you want to go, especially now in 2024. Because have any of y'all ever heard of the Mount Dora Catacombs?
What? No.
No.
That
Our Mount
Fake
Dora?
news.
You're in Florida?
Like our Mount Dora.
Under the mountain.
The Mount Dora is a splendid mountain. It
In
is. I mean, have you ever
Florida?
gone skiing down Mount
No.
Dora?
that
It's
2
amazing.
foot
You don't
peak
know
is
mountains.
just-
He's the
Yeah.
tallest
I'm
mountain
named
in the
after
world.
a
right.
mountain. My father's named after a mountain, and his father before him is named after a mountain.
What's your dad's name, K2?
No, idiot. It's Denali. Denali Whiskeymouth.
And you know why that is? Because you all peaked at birth.
Oh! Get some aloe for that
my
burn.
God.
Wow.
That was hot. That was hot.
Of course, the Revenant talks shit when somebody's waving a desert eagle in their face.
Yeah, I
she's
can
fine.
go at any time.
So now, one thing is that, I mean, we're all Floridians here, and most of us didn't know that, yes, there are catacombs in Mount Dora.
Really?
And it's actually been said to be the largest underground bomb shelter sort of thing in America that's privately owned. And of course the government's got entire things where they control the weather.
Yeah.
But so what happened is around 1955, there was a novel called Alas, Babylon. And in that novel, it was written by a Florida man. And so it described a small town in Florida surviving a nuclear attack.
Oh, okay.
So this is really when the Cold War is really amping up and the Cuban Missile Crisis is about to happen. In 1961, around when the Cuban Missile Crisis is happening, in Mount Dora, like I said, the book was written about a small town in Florida that was basically kind of based off Mount Dora.
Mm-hmm.
So the people in Mount Dora really took notice.
Mm-hmm.
And so decided, when since the Cuban Missile Crisis is happening, we're in Florida, we're the first target.
Floridians were fucking freaked out about that.
Oh, of course, how can you not be? The 25 richest families of Mount Dora. Which,
Okay.
that's like the most boring episode of House of Dragon ever.
Yeah.
The 25 richest families of Mount Dora.
Someone just printed out like a little spreadsheet. They're like, here they are.
And so the 25 richest families all threw in $2,000 each, which equals about $15,000 in today's money,
All right.
to create an underground bunker that could house 25 families.
Just
Yeah, like of 100 people, basically, 4 people per family. And it was the size, basically, of a large basketball court, like a inside stadium basketball court. And each family had their own little room that was basically like a college dorm. They had a common area, they had a kitchen, but it's weird because the kitchen was just one normal stove, 4-burner stove for 100 people.
No.
For 6 months. The whole plan was to stay underground for 6 months after a nuclear attack.
Yeah.
That's not long enough.
No, that's
it
not
takes
long enough.
way longer, but they're like 6 months. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
That's probably why it only costs 15 thou a person.
Yeah.
This is all sounding very Vault-Tec.
Yeah.
I mean-
it's so Vault-Tec. They decided to keep it completely secret. They kept it within the families. They made sure that no one talked about it, and so they had everyone that was working on it. They had like 16 different workers working on it. They all swore themselves to secrecy.
Killed them.
Yeah. It was like
Thank you for your work.
It was like
Bang!
Genghis Khan. No one knows where he was buried. They just
built it.
executed it.
That's the craziest story
Built it on
ever.
the skulls of them.
They were, when they were doing this construction, because the thing is 6 feet underground, they told everybody, "Oh, we're just building a croquet court." Because that's the thing we all do.
What?
You know
they
what?
said we're
Good enough
building
for me.
a croquet court, and they went to the back. They actually built a fake croquet court on top of it to say, "Oh, see, I got a croquet
And they
court."
would just be, well, they'd just be like fake playing the game.
Also,
Just
everybody
come by.
knows you play croquet in the grass, not on a court.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, most people don't know that.
Well, I guess it was Mount Dora Ridge.
It's Mount Dora Ridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the original creator of the catacombs, he originally said that the reason for this is because we are social creatures.
Sure.
And we have other families around, so in case something happens to the father of one family, that there'll be another family there to help and take care of them. And
My husband is dead. Can you cuckold my family? Sure.
I'm your daddy now.
Yeah, well, 100%.
I'm your man daddy now?
That's how I got my stepdad.
I'm your stepdad now. But
No, we've done this before. We've done this before.
now, the guy that was the main, the foreman for the construction, they offered him a place in it. But he's like, no, just give me $60,000 because I don't, if everything goes down and my family's out of town, I'm not just going to run in there and leave my family. Because when you go into the catacombs, they have like a 2,000-pound blast door that closes, and that's it. You can't really open it either from the inside or the outside. And so after the 6 months to leave, they actually had a tunnel they had to dig out that was filled with gravel, and they had to dig out. And so when you're locked in, if your family's outside or someone didn't make it, they didn't make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's why the guy that constructed the thing is like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this.
He's also the guy that built it and is like, this is not going to stand up to a nuclear blast. He's like,
No, I think it would have survived. It had over 1 foot thick walls. It, like I said, it had the blast door. They had a pharmacy that was fully stocked. They had 2 doctors that would be in there with them. They had 2 nurses that would be with them, and a pharmacologist that was going to be with them.
so friend Timothy Leary.
They had a diesel generator that was surrounded, which they did. Which thing I think was really nice is that they put the diesel generator in a soundproof room.
Oh, that's
Thinking ahead.
Did it have ventilation?
Yeah.
They had air conditioning.
Okay.
They had dehumidifiers, which is the main thing because
Wow.
they're underground. They're underground in Florida.
In Florida, very important.
And so they had them that they could remove 8 gallons of water out of the air a day.
Wow.
And so, like I said, they did this fearing that
Were all
something was
25
going
families engineers?
no, they just had money.
It was the most
yeah.
important,
Money.
you said, or just 25 families?
It was 25 family, the 25 richest
Richest.
families.
Okay,
Yeah, they
so
were
would
the-
that include the government?
Of course. There's government people involved. There's
The mayor,
yeah, they
the
all
police
kept
chief,
it.
the fire department.
They
the
all kept it
Capitol
under
there.
wraps. No one, that you can't find really. But if you want to find out exactly who funded everything, you got to dig a lot deeper. Of course, the nuclear war never came. It never came, but the families kept paying $200 a year each for upkeep to keep the food restocked, to keep the electricity going on,
a good
keeping
scam.
the humidity, the
cheap
humidifiers going,
timeshare.
dehumidifiers. But over time, they only stayed in there one time.
Like,
One
just to
time,
try
all
it
the
out?
families had a drill. They did a drill. They all went down there and they stayed for a day, and it worked out
Just
great.
one day.
Yeah, one day.
That's enough.
And
That
they
was
even
great.
they even had a closet that was a seed bank that had all these fresh seeds in tin cans
Genius.
for
Yeah, I
when
got one of
they
those.
would come out and they would start planting the earth and start society again. Even though 6 months, they'll come out and die.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Good try.
Getting to the point where into the 70s and into the 80s that other members of the families that were involved were dying, or they're just moving away, or realizing that we're not going to have to use this, it seems.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
wondering where
eventually,
this money was going on a
Right.
bank statement when someone passes. Like, what the hell is this?
right. And so eventually they shut off the electricity, they shut off the dehumidifiers, and have just left it fallow for years. And just a few years ago, I don't have the date on me right now, but it's unimportant. They allowed a photographer and a journalist to go down there and explore. Only a handful of people knew where it was, and they allowed a journalist and a photojournalist, I think it was from Pulse magazine, they allowed to go in. They said, you're not allowed to say where it is. We'll let you document what's going on down there now. And it is not pretty. It is, and they said they let him down there, just a flashlight and just the camera.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
You're not gonna
the
turn
lights
on
weren't on.
electricity if it's
Yeah,
flooded?
they didn't turn on the lights or
No.
anything. Just
No.
let him in, and it's just nothing. And you could see the pictures, and plus now there's a videographer that went down there, and it's just black mold everywhere. Every carpet is just basically things are melting into carpet. You could see like old chairs that the chairs are smaller than they should be, and it's just becoming desiccated at the bottom. They go into the seed closet, and it is just all the cans. Some of them you can still see are sealed, but just more palmetto bugs than any Floridian would ever want to see. They said that every step you're taking, you're just stepping on palmetto bugs everywhere. And that just, if you're a Floridian thinking about a room full of palmetto bugs, it's bad enough until they fly! And then they fly! But, so they go down there, they go into the rooms, and what's really interesting to me is that some of the people brought with them fancy clothes.
Yeah.
There is a ball gown that's now just completely tattered. So these people were going to be down there, but hey, at least we can still be fancy. When you see these pictures, it's just it's like a Silent Hill outtake. I mean, when you get to see a kid's dollhouse like tilted to the side and just all evaporating into nothing, and just the idea that these people are going to be down there and think 6 months, and we're good. 6 months, we're good, and we'll go up and everything will be fine. It's like, no, that's not how any
in a room the size of a basketball court. This is the worst episode of the Harlem Globetrotters ever.
I think the Washington Generals can get this one. I think they're going to win this one. After decades and decades, it's still down there. It's still disgusting. It is moldy. It is roach infested. And right now, we're heading forward, and we might be in a catacomb right now.
Feels like it.
I am glad that there are kind of like floodlights every now and then, so we can kind of.
But they're doing that flickering thing. They always do. They always flicker. They're never always on.
Oh yeah, I
Buzz and
unscrewed
hum.
the light bulbs a little bit so they
Just a
flicker
little
as I
bit?
walk
What?
through.
This guy is such a dick.
Hey.
You know, Everest, if you weren't such a sociopath, you would be a great horror director by using all the horror tropes.
Yes, my new movie about killing your own parents comes out soon.
What's it called?
Friends.
Yeah? Who are you friends with?
Lisa
Kudrow?
sorry. I got the script from my good pals Lyle and Eric Menendez.
Good pals, huh?
Good pals,
Okay.
yes.
Buddy,
Good
buddy.
ideas, wrongly accused.
I like how he's fearfully spinning the gun. He's looking away and moving his body away from the gun as he's spinning it on his fingers.
Is the safety on? Can we make sure that's a thing? Come
There's no
on.
safety.
Hey!
Damn it again! Again!
What a dickhead.
All right, let's count the bullets. That was at least 3.
That's three.
now,
That's
right?
three.
I
How
have
many did you
800 more. All right. We'll take a little break just for me to collect myself and my feelings. From now on, I'll be your host. You're listening to Fort Fritz. Welcome back to Fort Fritz. I'm your host, Everest Whiskeymouth. Beside me is co-host Matt Daddy.
Hi.
Nick Spry.
Hey, would you own Tiny?
No. Angela.
Yo.
Marie, who I'm just getting to know. And Fritz, no one cares about him.
Hello.
Hey.
Wow.
Well, he could
Rude.
die right now and it would solve all my problems.
Yeah, I know. You keep threatening me in my life. Thank you.
Bang!
Hey! God, what is this guy with the gun?
It's so loud and so bright every time. It's
We're
like
in a
bomb.
tunnel. It's echoing.
Is that necessary?
Exactly.
No,
What?
no, it's not. I still have no idea who you are, and I really like to get
Yes.
to know my captors in
Many
situations
women
like
say
this.
the same thing.
Anyhow, tell me about yourself. What brings you here?
I'm a realtor, first
And just
and
keep your
foremost.
eyes
I'm
on the road. I don't want you to trip or
on the
anything. so
road.
just keep,
We're in a
just-
tunnel, pal.
Just
Tunnels
keep
have
looking
roads.
Forward. Keep looking forward.
Do
I don't want
tunnels
you to
have
trip.
roads or do roads have tunnels?
Roads where we're going, we don't need roads. Just like,
No.
Badges,
boy,
we don't need no
guys.
sticking badges.
That's hilarious. I
Just,
might just hit you in the kneecap.
Really get lost in that backstory.
Oh,
Take this Bobby pit.
what you take what?
What?
Oh, there's a rocky pit over there.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, you see
that
that?
reminds me of the
Yeah,
time my
yeah.
She
father
just said,
took me on
look
vacation.
forward. Do you not understand words?
Do I not understand
Yeah,
words?
make sure we don't fall into
Do
any
I
pits.
not
Look
understand
forward.
words?
We got
Yes.
this.
I went to
Keep
Princeton Business Realtor School
So
for
you
one
don't
semester.
understand
I
words.
don't what?
Tell me about yourself.
I was born Everest.
Continue.
Anyway, my father used to beat me relentlessly, and he
Oh,
said,
that's
"You will never
unfortunate.
be the best realtor in the tri-state area."
Mm,
and I
man.
said, "I'll be the best realtor in the quad-state area, Father.
Wow.
You'll see. I will make the Whiskeymouth name proud, and I will make them forget you ever fucking existed."
Wow, what a legacy.
Yes, I said that, and he said, "Son, here's an Alfa Romeo for your birthday," and I said, "Father, I wanted a Porsche, not a stupid Italian car."
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I said that, and he was like, he cried.
All right,
he
and-
cried.
Yeah. But,
oh,
There she is.
Hey, get back here!
Run,
Hey, you son-
Run, Marie! Run, Marie!
Get back here!
I'll come back for you guys.
No, she won't.
No, she
Hey, No one's coming back for you now.
Oh my
Oh my
God!
God, the tunnel!
Is she okay?
Is she a
Marie?
Marie?
Marie,
you okay?
Marie!
She made it.
Hey, leave her alone. She made it almost.
Where the hell did you think you were getting off
Man,
to?
for a man with no muscle tone, he runs fast.
Hey, how's it
it's quick.
going?
I have the calves of a 17th century sexton.
Wow.
I was just making sure this is not the way out. I want to make sure we're staying on the right
well,
path.
as a result, you are going to be tied up even more.
no.
But no,
You've deemed yourself untrustworthy.
Good try.
Well, what does that mean then?
let go of me.
It's 30 zip ties placed strategically.
Wow.
And just for that, I am going to pistol whip Fritz.
Don't do that.
No.
Why would you tell me that before you do it?
Yeah!
Oh, that's a heavy gun.
That was
That's a heavy
squishy.
gun.
That was a squishy sound. Ooh.
Yeah, I think
Sorry,
I broke his
bud.
skull a little bit.
No, it's been broken for a long time.
That was on me.
No.
That cave-in was already there?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It always looks like
I
that.
don't feel so bad now.
You should.
I'm reminded of a story now.
Oh. Are you?
Oh,
I feel bad.
I know, it's kind of cool though.
What's the story, Morning Glory?
Oh.
Have you guys heard of the?
There's like blood coming out of his nose. This is not
Have you
good.
guys heard of the Bunker of Daniel Beckwitt?
No.
What?
Actually, no.
Daniel Lewis Beckwitt was an only child. His mother, Linda, was a lawyer who once worked for the government, and his father, David, was an opera singer with a PhD.
Okay.
In opera singing?
In law.
Dr. Opera.
He was
Yeah,
Lopra.
He began reading as a toddler, and Linda took this as a sign of genius. She homeschooled Daniel to keep him sheltered, and he was never allowed to play with other neighborhood kids unless his parents were nearby. Naturally, when your parents are conventionally successful and also artistic, you might expect that carries over to the progeny, and by all accounts, he was a bright kid.
Okay.
In 2010, the 19-year-old Daniel eventually left home and attended the University of Illinois. While there, Linda died after a brief illness with cancer after she refused treatment. Devastated, he eulogized at the funeral in haphazard clothes, attended by a handful of people. It was like 3 people.
What is haphazard clothes?
Did he have like underwear on the outside and like a shirt backwards?
The buttons
and a hat,
don't line
like,
up.
High
on his ear?
visibility vest.
His pants were way too short.
Oh,
It was like-
gross.
He accidentally bought a funeral suit at the Gap Kids?
I think he was so sheltered and didn't know how to respond.
Okay.
His mental health deteriorated rapidly as he was left with a $2.6 million trust.
Wow.
Now fearing death, he took to upstanding and meritorious websites like 4chan.
Wait.
And spewed forth masturbatory diatribes about alienation, paranoia, and delusional fantasies.
All
that
right.
sounds
On
about right.
4chan? That doesn't sound like 4chan.
That's why I said meritorious.
That's where I get all my news.
Sounds like it.
He was expelled from the University of Illinois after using a keylogger to steal passwords from public computer labs, hacked a professor's email account to send an obscene email, and forced an exam to be canceled.
Smart.
He went
How does
Good.
that
We
happen?
could use him in the
Smart
thread.
kid.
with a keylogger, I guess. Anyone who goes there, like this was back in the early 2010, so like to check your email or to check your bank account.
Yeah, it logs whatever you're typing.
So if you type in your email address and then password, that's
It
logged.
knows it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he was actually apprehended by the FBI in his dorm room, his laptop was open, stored on his laptop everyone's social security numbers.
Come on, man.
He went by the pseudonym ECE Hacker and even did an AMA or Ask Me Anything on Reddit.
Wow.
By even his own admission, he was narcissistic with an above-average psychopathy.
Like every Reddit nerd.
Well,
After being charged with multiple felonies, he took a plea deal, 2 years probation.
That's it?
That's it.
Really?
wow.
So slap on the wrist. He headed back to the Bethesda, Maryland family home after David, his father, was diagnosed with Parkinson's and needed assisted living. So now he's in this house by himself, a 2-story mansion. While there, his illusions devolved further. He started believing North Korea would soon be planning a nuclear attack on the D.C. area and decided to take matters into his own hands. He decided he needed an underground complex.
So like much like what we're in right now.
Yeah.
21-year-old Askia Kafra was an ambitious young man who dreamed of striking gold with the next great American app, one he called Equity Shark. Ordinary people could use the app to invest in promising startups. We have a bunch of those now, actually.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Robinhood for stocks. With his business partner, they prepared to apply for a $100,000 grant to get the ball rolling. Peter Thiel was actually interested. However, Askia was young and still naive and might have trusted too much in the goodness of strangers. Late one night, Askia was on the chat room broadcasting site Blab and saw Daniel streaming remotely with none other than prolapsed asshole Martin Shkreli, the convicted criminal and worthless used condom pharma bro.
Whoa.
If a hemorrhoid was a human being, it'd be him.
No, he's
Tell me
cool
how
in real
y'all really
life.
feel.
Askia was impressed with Daniel's crypto insight and generosity, and the two struck up a friendship. While on Blab, Daniel would wear a fire suit for, like, fire marshals to walk through lava, basically.
Okay.
And would conceal his face at all times and would distort his voice. And he would call his fans boo-boo. Askia was impressed. He was very smart. He was a stock broker because of the $2.6 million in his trust fund, and he elevated that. He was a legit millionaire. I mean, he got this money and he also invested it. Daniel loaned $5,000 to help with Equity Shark and asked to be repaid with a $100,000 grant. But a series of amateur bungles ensured no money was raised. When Askia and his partner went out to California, they booked their flight to LAX and Los Angeles, not realizing San Francisco is 6 hours away.
Yeah.
They then were too young to rent a car. They had to rent a U-Haul, put in the directions to the GPS wrong. They put like drive instead of street or avenue.
Oh, no.
And it took them out of the city when they realized hauled ass in a U-Haul, an empty U-Haul going through San Francisco, where if anyone has ever been, it's hilly and bumpy. So this U-Haul was just...
It's impossible to drive on those roads.
When they finally got to, I'm assuming Silicon Valley, they were late, they were disheveled and sweating, and they arrived in a U-Haul and were promptly told, this is not your time.
Oh, yeah.
We will conduct this interview next week. So Daniel loaned $5,000 to help with Equity Shark. Desperate to work off the debt, Askia asked if he could work at the supposed hidden bunker Daniel routinely bragged about on Blab, and by January 2017 that promise was granted. Picking him up from his family's home around 2 a.m. each day, Daniel blindfolded Askia with blackout goggles and drove him for more than an hour in wrong directions to deceive the true location. He even put a wireless blocker in his car so that when Askia checked his phone, it said that they were in Virginia when they were legitimately in Bethesda, Maryland. By this time, work on the underground tunnels had already been started by a 21-year-old man named Doug Hart. H-A-R-T, like Brett Hitman Hart, the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be.
Not related, though, right?
I'll be honest with you, Nick, I wouldn't be doing this story.
Yep.
Doug Hart carved impressive chambers with air ventilation and power.
By himself?
Yep. They defecated and urinated in a 5-gallon bucket and winched it up for Daniel to flush.
Yeah, like Pledge Week.
He would drop down food and water, and for weeks they slept on a mattress accessible only by crouching. So in the corner of these chambers, they were not allowed to access the house. They were in the basement only. They were blindfolded until they got to the basement ladder. After lowering the men into the entrance of the complex, a hole in the concrete basement floor, he would lock himself in his room and post online for hours. He didn't own a phone, so Google Chat was the only communication. Oftentimes, breakers were overloaded by the daisy-chained extension cords, and Daniel would have to reorganize power strips and flip them over to another circuit. In the summer, Askia went back to work, this time alone. He was asked to chisel in an enormous chamber that led to the outside. He's like, oh, thank God, I can maybe access the outside, get a breather, fresh air.
That, and also, he's like, my background is apps, not digging tunnels.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
chiseling out tunnels.
But if you're 21, you know this guy is rich.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you be
Sure.
like, all right, what's going on, right? I'm 21, I'm young, I'm going to live forever.
And they probably played a bunch of Minecraft.
That's-
And so it just like gave them the intro to it.
Inside this chamber, he was able to stand up and walk freely. So this was massive, and this was at least 20 feet beneath the foundation of this home.
Jeez.
But to get there, he had to lay prone arms above his head like a swimmer, and squirm his way through the coffin-sized entrance for over 20 minutes.
My dad used to make me do that.
He even texted his ex-girlfriend, and he's like, this is crazy. And she's
While
like,
he
you
was
don't
squirming?
need to do this. Like, this is insane. Like, he's paying you $150 a day to try to get him to be motivated. But she's like, all of the alarm bells are going off.
Red flags.
He
As it
thought of
should.
he thought of that as infantilizing him, and he's like, I got this. This guy is worth it. He kept going. Inside the large room, a pile of wood covered the ceiling hole exit. But Daniel didn't want to bother with removing it for him as he worked, because that would just be too much time moving the wood, and then there's a hole, and then maybe the neighbors would know. I don't know.
There's wood, there's a hole. What you gonna do?
By September, Askia was mucking in a flood-prone tunnel when the power
I know what mucking is.
power went out at 2:32 in the morning, leaving him in pitch black darkness.
Nope.
There was smoke and no airflow, but the messages weren't answered. Daniel had fallen asleep. The next day, Daniel again rerouted power to another circuit board. By 4 p.m., the beeping of a carbon monoxide detector caused by power failure made Daniel flip a circuit breaker in the basement. So he went down to the basement, moving more things around, flipped that breaker. When that happened, a loud buzzing was heard in the kitchen. He went up to the kitchen. Now he, too, smelled smoke as it rose from the floor, prompting a mad dash to the basement, which had grown hazy. He sensed Askia's presence nearby, couldn't see him, and tried to give directions to a nearby window. The lifetime of hoarding prevented this. And Daniel ran outside for fresh air. A neighbor called 911 as Daniel ran back into the basement. The neighbor distinctly hears him saying a very unique 3-syllable name. Askia!
Askia.
Yeah. Back in the basement, Askia, there's a fire. The last words from an exhausted and overwhelmed Askia are truly heartbreaking. Yo, dude. That to me is
That's
just
it?
so...
That's it?
He realizes he's dead.
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
Like,
To end on a dude.
That's the way I want to go
That
out.
is so defeatist.
Dude.
Firefighters put out the blaze in 60 seconds, and in the ensuing months, the labyrinthine maze of corridors, tunnels, and chambers which defined the Bethesda death trap took focus.
Just to clarify here, so the fire that happened happened in the tunnels, not in the actual house above ground?
It was a faulty...
It was a faulty wiring
no, it was a faulty electrical outlet in the basement,
in the basement
but that was daisy-chained, so the fire started in the basement.
and pumped all of that carbon monoxide into the tunnel.
Air ventilation is off, the smoke starts filling.
Basically just suffocates.
No.
But he also
You're
started...
basically in a smoker.
This was 4 p.m. He also started smelling that smoke at 2:30 in the morning. Combustible chemicals and boxes, trash and garbage blocked every square inch of the home. The pictures from the basement are just horrific because, like, there's no lights. Like, they cut the power, so it's just the flash of the light bulbs. You just see bikes, and then you see people stepping. Like, I don't know what's on the other. I gotta get, like, this is a 6-foot leap, and I hope it was that insane.
70 years of like Life magazine and old prescription bottles and wire coat hangers. Not that I've ever seen a basement like that before.
The bunker hole was surrounded by bikes, chicken wire, and buckets that hugged the wall several feet in every direction and stacked up to the ceiling. They had to do a switchback just to get to the basement entrance. Windows were too small to enter or exit, and they too had piles of wood or metal grates blocking them. The post-mortem showed Askia exited from the tunnels, pushed past the furnace, so he said, I sensed his presence. He was in the basement. He just couldn't get out. He got out of the tunnels.
That's insane.
He exited from the tunnels, pushed past the furnace, and was stopped by a rolling office chair, either moving towards a fire extinguisher or the window as Daniel had instructed.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
He then lost consciousness from carbon monoxide poisoning and then succumbed to the flames.
He was so close.
So his father then went into research and tried to find out what happened. The mortician told him she opened the body bag and audibly gasped because his body had she had never seen it before, a pained screaming.
Oh, that's straight out of a horror
like the chicken,
movie.
the ring.
Yes,
The first ring
that's
when they open the
exactly what I was
closet.
picturing.
That,
He was also completely naked.
Holy
which
shit.
means he probably, that entrance to get to the chamber was so tight. Daniel, who buried both parents and had everything given to him in life while trusting no one, was found guilty of depraved heart murder and served less than 9 years before being paroled. The Caffres buried their only son, gifted and brilliant. Askia had nothing save his desire to make a positive impact in the world, but whose seemingly only fault was that he trusted too strongly in the good of humanity.
Never do that.
That's
Never,
powerful.
ever do that.
Jeez.
Powerful.
The older you get, the harder it gets to trust people.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's Daniel Beckwitt. And, you hit me!
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
You had it coming for that
We get so
depressing
used
ass
to the brain
story.
damage. We get so used to the brain
Yeah.
damage.
This is a really good story, though.
Heavy.
Hey,
Come on.
Yikes.
Hey,
Why?
yeah, fuck you.
Time.
All right, that's 6, guys.
we're still
Okay.
walking here, too.
Wasting
Yeah, and you're
precious
gonna keep
ammunition.
walking unless you want to send
Walking
it.
in.
Hey, I'm walking
Doing
in.
a shuffle walk with these damn chains.
I can barely
gold-plated
walk
as they
between the
are.
chains and the zip ties.
Not a De Niro reference, by the way.
Look at this fucking guy.
Hey, look at this fucking guy.
Look at this fucking guy.
I'm walking in. We're going to take a break. This is Fort Fritz. I'm your host, Everest Whiskeymouth. I'm going to keep him chained up. Welcome back to Fort Fritz. I'm your host, Everest Whiskeymouth. Behind me is co-host Mandaddy, Nick Spry,
Still manacled.
Angela,
Okay.
Marie, who is super zip-tied right now
I can't
on
fucking move
account
you
of
guys.
her insolence.
Not insolent.
And Fritz, who I might pistol whip again. I haven't
Fuck you.
decided yet.
Wow.
Fuck you
Fuck
and your
me.
face. Fuck your
Fuck
family.
me.
Fuck all of your family.
Spit on me, I dare you.
I don't know if I can.
You're going to get
Yeah.
pistol whipped.
Do it.
What?
Okay.
Oh, I stood up.
Fine.
Oh, that's a sad, dry
You know what?
You just
I
spit on my arm.
I
Can you
don't
clean
even
it?
feel good about it. I don't want to whip you right
Can you
now.
clean it off?
No.
I'm having a great day. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, as we
now.
trudge through this tunnel some
Trudge.
more.
Guys, my back is killing
you're
me in this
charging.
position.
Oh, well, you shouldn't have tried to run away, idiot.
I do.
I'm not going to lie. He's right.
Jesus. I mean, if I was a
Whose
captain,
side are
that's
you
what
on?
I would do, but
I don't even know anymore.
Hey, look, guys, I have a harmonica in my pocket.
Hey, how are your hands free enough?
Where'd you get that?
Oh, another pistol whipping. That was a good pistol. That was good. The way you used the butt right into the
Casually.
cheek, that was nice
as he
technique.
was speaking, like, mellifluous.
How can you even see out of that black eye at this
You want to
point?
catch another desert eagle with a
No.
face
Fritz, I
bell?
would calm down by this
Yeah,
point.
that's what I fucking thought.
Oh, shit!
Whoa, 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 whoa,
What?
whoa,
That was
whoa,
a
whoa.
Nick Sprite
Guys,
of everyone.
Today,
He's
Junior.
totally broken.
He's doing
totally
the
broken.
Abbott and Costello right now.
hey,
Breathe,
hey,
breathe,
try
buddy.
to
He's
Breathe,
pulling
breathe,
his
breathe,
collar
breathe,
off and steam is coming out.
Hey, buddy,
breathe,
buddy,
breathe.
use your
Do you
words.
see those doors? Do you see those doors in front of us?
Yeah, they're
Oh,
doors. They're
No,
doors.
large
The what?
doors encrusted with serpents.
Oh, they're a big old snake door.
Yeah, snake doors.
Snake doors.
Snake
Kinda
door.
cool looking, actually.
Yeah, no, badass snake door.
No. This tunnel was supposed to go to the fort.
Well,
The fort can have a badass snake door.
The fort cannot have a badass snake
know.
door.
Wait, hold on. So
I
you're
would
saying-
know about it.
I don't even know how this could exist here. Guys, have you ever heard of the Padmanabhaswamy Temple?
Pardon?
Yeah, he did that movie Signs.
No, that's racist, by the way, and we don't stand for that here at Fort Fritz.
You don't stand for shit because you're shackled, bitch.
Nice. So, guys, I'm freaking out. These doors are just like the unknown vault B of the Padmanabhaswamy Temple.
Vault B?
What the hell is this thing? What are you
What was
talking about?
Vault A?
Yeah, what was
Vault A
Vault
was
A?
fine, but Vault B was like, ooh.
Obviously, I'm freaking out.
Oh, yep.
Our story concerns the Hindu temple devoted to the god Vishnu, located in Thiruvananthapuram, the capital city of the state of Kerala in southwest India. Basically, this is on the west coast of the subcontinent peninsula, just above the southernmost point. The exact age of this elaborate and wealthy shrine is unknown, but estimates date back as far as 20,000 years.
Oh my God.
All right, but the internet is unreliable. So let's look at historical references. And there's mentions of this temple, or what is believed to be prior incarnations of this temple, alluded to in writings as early as the 6th century CE. And they're also referenced in the Sangam period literature, which occurred between 300 BCE and 300 CE. Even in that era, the temple's repute of limitless wealth is expressed in its common name, quote, the Golden Temple. Ooh. The formal name refers to the principal deity of the site, Padmanabhaswamy, which is a form of Vishnu. So Vishnu has over 1,000 different names. But this refers to the form of Vishnu in the posture of Anathashayana, which is a recumbent pose, so a supine pose, in cosmic sleep or yogic sleep on top of his serpent mount, Shisha, known as
serpent mount.
Yes.
Just riding a serpent? Like a sandworm?
No,
Like
he's literally
laying back
laying
while
back.
doing it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, like when you're in a
Pretty
lowrider and you put your seat way back to look fucking cool.
Yeah.
So Shisha, known as the remainder, which is cool because in every destruction, he's always the thing that remains. Shisha, his mount. Shisha, the serpent whose 5 hoods held all of the planets of the universe. For those unfamiliar with the Hindu religion, Vishnu is part of the triumvirate of deities, that is Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma, that are responsible for all of creation and destruction of the universe and keeping the forces in balance, maintaining the unending circle of the cosmos. The temple is still in use and is open to the public, but certain parts are, you must be a devotee of the Hindu faith and wear formal attire in order to attend. That is dhotis for men and saris for women.
Members-only jackets.
Is there like a test? They give you a test. It's like, okay, here's all the things. Do you know this? You know this? Okay, you're one of us.
It's like a black tie affair.
Okay.
They let Oppenheimer in.
So the temple is still open, and it's maintained by the Travancore royal family. Since it's believed that the family actually built the temple, origins remain unclear. It still allows pujas, and which is sort of like a daily remembrance ritual, or it can be for other auspicious occasions, and it participates in multiple annual and cyclical Hindu holidays and festivals. But the really intriguing fact is that the temple is the host of what is widely considered to be the most extravagant and certainly the most valuable treasure known in all of human history. Ooh. And not only that, but there are chambers hidden inside its depths that have never been opened, and no one knows what lies behind their sealed doors.
Oh, I love crap like that.
Yeah, this is the
No
real deal.
archaeologist has forced their way in yet to ruin a culture.
We got bums. Come on.
So it is this vast wealth that led to a years-long court battle that began between the Travancore royal family and the Kerala government over the stewardship and appropriation of it. So this court case was actually finally settled during 2020 when the Travancore family remained in charge due to the court's say. After the dissolution of the previous board, which was also headed by the family that once maintained control. No misconduct or misuse has been found on the behalf of the royal family, although the investigation was prompted by missing funds from these troves.
$17.
No. So as part of these proceedings, 5 of the 6 subterranean vaults that were known to exist were opened on June 27th, 2011.
Oh.
It's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
An inventory and a log of the contents were then taken in hopes to attach a numerical value to these treasures, as well as noting the value of these items as historical records. These vaults, they are lettered A through F. They are all underground, 20 feet below ground, and to the west of the Sanctum Sanctorum of the temple. That is the place of the, quote, holiest of the holies, the utmost privacy.
Yeah, Rick Santorum's house.
Yeah. For nerds out there, liken it to in the high Jewish temples of where the Ark of the Covenant was stored. Vault B was left unopened, and we'll get into that in a minute, but what was documented has a treasure valued at over $22 billion.
Oh my!
That's
Nice.
In
Nice
modern day money?
Yeah, is that 20,000 years ago?
No, this is modern day money.
Wow.
Since it is a literal hoard of valuables, ranging from thrones to jewelry to coins to ceremonial objects, each vault was counted separately, and the artifacts were placed into groups of objects or collections. Now, the exact contents of the full inventory have not been completely disclosed, but thank goodness for nosy loudmouths that have spilled the beans on a couple of various items. From Vault A alone, over 102,000 groups were recovered, and respectively, 40 groups from Vaults E and F, 1,469 in Vault C, and another 617 from Vault D.
Jesus
How big are these vaults?
Christ.
Huge. Objects include, here's a crazy list. A 4 foot by 3 foot solid gold idol of Mahavishnu that is adorned with diamonds and other precious gemstones.
Wow.
How can you put a price tag on that?
You can't.
You really can't.
A cache of hundreds of thousands of Roman gold coins, some dating
Oh
back to
my
the
God.
2nd century. And some of these coins are valued at over $300,000 each.
Oh, what? Because they're
I get
Remus
just
and
one?
Romulus era? Who gives a
one.
shit?
It'd be really hard to put price tags on all of those.
They had different emperors, so they would cast different coins.
Yes, well, that's
God.
actually how they feel like they accumulated this much wealth. What's that? It was tributes to kings
Oh,
over the
right, yeah,
years,
yeah.
or other civilizations that had been
is
conquered.
insane, dude.
Yeah, and it has all been built up in this temple. There was a 66-pound solid gold coconut shell studded with rubies and emeralds.
What? That is the most random item I've ever
Art.
heard of.
It's art.
Here is
Okay.
the most expensive coconut we can provide you.
There was 1,800 pounds of medieval gold coins. There was an 18-foot-long pure gold chain among thousands of other gold chains.
Staring in 2 chains.
There was a solid gold throne, also studded with hundreds of diamonds and precious gemstones, that was meant for the 18-foot idol of the deity. So imagine for scale, this is not a small throne.
Gotcha. The deity was sitting in that throne.
Yes, well, once he got up from his nap, which
Right.
this specific temple, it is noted that because he was supine on the serpent, out of his belly button is coming a lotus flower, and upon that flower is a small
Man daddy.
form.
Hi.
y'all doing out there?
Maybe.
I'm just here to make y'all feel good.
Well, it's a small form of Lord Brahma, which is actually
thing.
the least worshipped deity in all of India.
There you go.
Yeah, no one likes that guy.
Absolutely same thing.
Went straight to B-League.
Well, this has to do with the Hindu religion and the fact that there was a curse put upon Brahma saying that no one would worship him. So to this day, there are really only about 2 temples dedicated to Brahma, while there's over 108. There was also an 80-pound gold veil.
Jesus.
And they love their gold.
And-
I mean, it makes sense. The Silk Road, right?
There are literal sacks filled with golden objects, crowns, precious gemstones, and objects hewn from other precious metals in there as well. So, and with 2 newly discovered vaults dubbed G and H unearthed in 2014.
Oh, there's more?
Now, there's more. The value of the total treasure skyrockets to over $1 trillion.
Easily, dude.
Wow.
Somewhere Elon Musk just got a boner.
Obviously, this is not at all just open for the public viewing, and the temple may as well double as a fortress in the modern day with metal detectors, security systems, cameras, and over
It's like
200
Green
guards.
Guns. Yeah.
200 guards, some with fully automatic machine guns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's also members
They
only.
deserve them.
Don't forget that it is a fully functional temple that people can come to and worship.
Yeah, sure.
No, just don't step
It's a
past
temple
this
thing.
line, Junior.
So that's not the reason the temple is so scary. The import of it may very well lie in these unopened vaults, especially Vault B. Now, there are smatterings on the internet saying that this vault has not been opened since the 1880s.
That's
and-
what I saw.
Yeah.
The
And yet-
1880s?
1880s. And yet, there is no account of it being opened, nor is there any document of the contents within. Chamber B is regarded as an extremely sacred place and of a mysterious function.
Do they know how big that one is in particular?
They have an inkling, sort of it. It's vast. So the mysterious function, and this is why it has not been properly opened, is according to Indian astrologers and mystics. This, in fact, is the reason that that vault was not opened in 2011 when the inventory was taken. After the ritual of Devasprasnam was performed, and that is basically the divination of the will of the gods, and it told them to leave it the fuck alone.
Oh, okay.
Well, at least they listened.
Yes.
Yeah.
If the gods speak, listen.
You probably should.
So the chamber itself, we know that it lies behind a series of 3 antechambers leading up to the vault, which have been opened, and the final set of doors are in fact large steel doors.
Are there serpents on them?
There are.
Okay. Oh, man.
There are no handles, locks, or visible means to grant entry on the panels.
Then how is it a door? It's just a panel.
Well, it's obviously two rectangles that are fashioned as an entryway, but there's just no door handle on it.
Just to seal your treasures in.
So have
We're
they-
sealing in the treasures so the treasures can't get
It's
out.
not for you, though. It's for their gods.
It might be for me. I haven't seen it.
Have they used modern day technology to see that that's actually an open space behind
Like
there?
sonar
or is it just
and-
like,
No,
yeah.
no, they have not. But I think this largely comes from it being an active religious site under the control of
That's fair.
a private family.
You gotta
which-
believe.
Yes.
Proof denies faith.
Thank you.
Yep.
So these doors are emblazoned with paintings of huge hooded serpents, just like Shisha,
Cobras.
Kermit
the mount of Vishnu, and a Yakshi, which is a demonic figure of folklore said to be guarding the chamber as well. That's a whole other story. This is where the idea of the mystical, quote, serpent lock comes into play. According to legends, during the reign of King Marathanda Mavarma from 1706 to 1758, the treasures were sealed metaphysically by religious leaders using the Naga Pasam mantras. Naga means snake in Hindi, so if you are a super nerd like Naga from Harry Potter, that's where that comes from. Anyway,
Not gonna touch that snake.
there you go.
We'll talk later.
Oh, my God.
Also, according to two separate accounts, one from the early 1930s and another from 1908, they detail attempts to circumvent the Nagabahana Poto, or the Serpent Lock, in order to gain access to the vault and to plunder its riches. So, in order to gain access to plunder these riches, those involved in the task were met with throws of poisonous snakes, driving them from their home and further entrenching the legends. The only way to unlock the doors is said to be by having a sadhus ascetic, and that is one who possesses the Siddha Purushas, which is enlightenment and disengagement from worldly objects, to recite mantras from the Garuda Puranam, an ancient Mahapuran text. This is basically the equivalent of a living saint reciting word-perfect texts lost in time without mistakes in order to open these doors.
So
And
it's
they're
never gonna be open.
well, several articles that I was researching this in said there is literally no living person on this planet that could do this today.
Yeah. Wow.
They have to say a spell, and they have to recite the spell perfectly.
Correct.
Kinda, yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
so does it have an Alexa that it's controlling the door that can hear the spell being said? This gets really metaphysical really quick.
Also, the government and the family involved, you would have to shut down this temple for months.
Oh yeah.
India is huge, but this is the temple everyone goes to.
Right,
You can't deny that.
And they're not
can't
even
do
sure
that.
what's inside, so, like, who knows?
They
what
don't
could
even
be
know
in
how
there?
to open it.
Well,
So
if
it's like
they open
even,
it, they have to shut down the hurricane machine for about 6
Oh,
months.
there you go.
even if they do find what's inside, like, is it going to be worthwhile if you are denying someone their opportunity to practice their faith?
Watch it be completely fucking empty.
So several mysterious deaths have been linked to these surrounding wishes to open up the temple chambers, including the original petitioner whose claims led to the 2011 inventory in the first place. Perhaps the most terrifying suggestion is the possibility that if these doors are opened incorrectly, that calamities and disasters will befall not only the land surrounding the temples. Some devotees claim to hear rushing waters behind the sealed doors, and it is thought that the passage connects directly to the Arabian Sea and that a great flood would swallow all of Carrara.
Jesus Christ.
But also, an apocalypse would strike the entire world. So let me just say, if we got doors like this, we should leave them the fuck alone.
It's always a fear of the apocalypse. Everyone's afraid of the apocalypse.
Have you met me?
Yeah, because think about it. Think about it. The apocalypse happens. We all die. We don't miss a new episode of our favorite shows or a new sequel to our favorite movies, and it's all
Fort
good.
Fritz.
There's no
I was
FOMO.
going to ask, your whole thing is about FOMO.
There's no FOMO, man.
all right.
I mean, they're just doors.
That's great. Thank you, Marie.
Unopenable doors? Well, I do have something. It's a little thing.
Oh my God.
It's a little Nobel
That is
Prize
not-
winning piece of technology.
That looks like a fat, pregnant turkey of
No,
dynamite.
It's one of those bundles of dynamite you see from like Bugs Bunny cartoons.
Comically
Yes.
huge.
Where have you been hiding that this whole time?
Where have I been hiding
Oh,
it?
you don't want to know.
A gentleman doesn't kiss and tell.
So basically in your dick.
Does it have an Acme label on it?
Yes, that is the factory in which I procured it from.
It also looks like it has a very short wick. Are you
Yeah,
sure this is going to be okay?
Are you kidding me? It's called a fuse, idiot.
Don't do this. Don't do this, man.
You're going to kill us all if you light that thing, brother.
Seems like a really bad idea.
You'll probably kill yourself, too.
You think I didn't consider that?
What are you doing with the fucking dynamite?
I'm going to open the 3D
Thank you.
rendering
Why
of
don't
the
you
Indian
just say
door.
you're going to open the fucking door with the dynamite?
While our
being
lives
aware.
are in danger.
Our lives are in danger. It'll just take a minute.
Don't do it. Don't like that. Don't like that.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna light
I
it
think
with
Maureen
a
had a
cigarette.
good idea. Let's just try to stall.
Hey,
it.
man.
Just ask questions, guys.
All right, Everest Whiskeymouth.
Okay.
How?
What?
If you were a One Direction song, what One Direction song would you be?
You don't know you're beautiful.
You don't know you're beautiful. That's a great song.
Everest, what exactly is a sconce?
Man, yeah. Just keep asking him questions that
Are
only a
you
realtor would
fucking
know.
kidding me, dude? The second you walk in a house and you see a sconce, that tells you a house is a home.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So-
That's
so-
beautiful.
You think
So
about that?
explain what a flying buttress is.
A flying buttress. If you have to ask, you can't afford it, sweetheart.
So do you have to disclose any properties where, maybe a murder happened?
Do I have to disclose these nuts? No, but I like to.
Wow, okay.
Disclose them all over your face.
Everest, what was your favorite house you sold?
Jose Menendez's mansion after he got shotgunned to death.
Are you kidding me? Really?
Am I kidding you?
Can you explain to us how good it is to possibly refi your home?
Can I explain to you how good it is? Idiot. You ever dream of finally being a homeowner like I did? I own a bunch of them now. I got some pretty dang good news for you, though. Although I'm not affiliated in any way with that mortgage guy, Don, this is a guy that can make all your dreams come true, bro. Not any of the weird ones, but like about home ownership, Currently own your home. Now's a great time, and I can tell you this from experience. Now is a perfect time to look into a HELOC loan. Thinking of buying one? Psh, look no further. His experienced team of professionals at Happy Home Mortgage LLC can get the ball rolling. Currently have a quote. Forget about it. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com has a compare your quote button on the website that will tell you if you're leaving money on the table. Because you might be looking to get a shakedown from the bad boys like myself. Don and his experienced team of professionals at Happy Home Mortgage LLC can get the ball rolling for you. Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And there is a jingle that accompanies that. Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that. Shut up. With that mortgage guy, Don.
Wow.
I'm going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more for Fritz.
That's a lot of great information about how real estate works. That's really good. Thank you very much.
Stall.
Excuse me. The fuse is still going.
I know, I can tell.
Co-host
That's why,
Man Daddy,
but
Nick Spry,
Yeah.
Angela Marie, and Fritz.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah,
how
he's
have the
gotta
mortgage rates changed over the last 5 years?
The Fed said they were lowering them, but they went up slightly.
So-
It's been a whole thing.
Back to the Fed, though. With interest rates being lowered, what's your take on that? Like, do you think that's going to increase, equity in homes?
Wait,
or?
Here's the
I have a
thing,
question.
Nicholas.
Is the prime rate the same as what your credit card
Is
would
the
be?
prime rate the same as the-
Yeah, like how would it
The
affect
prime rate
your
only
credit card or
affects the
anything?
money that you spend on Jake Paul's energy drink.
Oh, okay.
So are the
I don't
overall
know if you know
prices
that.
going to come down at all, or is this just
Overall
all...
prices on what?
Are you thinking? Are we in
On
a?
homes?
Do you think it's a buyer's or a
Abandoned-
seller's market now?
Is it a bull or a bear?
What kind of laugh is that?
Spy vs. Spy, the hit cartoon by Mad,
you guys
by
better
Mad
watch out.
Magazine.
Angela,
Behind
don't
me.
get so close to him.
Get
I am
behind me.
one of the
Get behind
spies
Angela.
holding
Come
a
on.
bundle of dynamite.
All right, that's very
the
cool.
fuse is counting down.
What is
And-
it?
What?
I feel like I was just at a Mogwai concert.
I can't see anything.
Head is ringing.
Is everybody okay? Okay,
Guys,
like,
it's
sound
Fritz by
off.
elbow.
Maureen, yeah. Nick Spry,
I'm good.
Man Daddy.
Okay.
Why hasn't Angela said anything?
Angela,
Where's
Everest?
Angela?
fuck that guy.
It's clearing.
Angela.
Clearing.
Smoke. Sorry.
Why is this so...
Oh my fucking god! Look, Angela's dead.
No.
No.
This is our favorite remnant.
Upside. Everest is dead.
Everett's dead. Good.
Fucking asshole.
Angela!
Oh, she got-
We've known her for like at least 2-3 weeks.
I don't know if that, like, this is the last revenant that's going to help us either.
Why
Isn't
the
there like
hell?
a vending machine of reverence around here? We could just like 3 more?
But we don't know that. If she was the last revenant, we're fucked.
So we're trapped in this tunnel now in front of these steel doors? Oh my god.
Don't freak out. Don't freak out.
They both got
Oh, he's
wicked
freaking out.
witch of the West.
Everest got what came to him, obviously.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he was a piece of shit.
We're fine. We're fine with that.
Angela didn't deserve it.
No,
I
she
mean,
didn't deserve
Most
that.
of her didn't. Some of them did. I'd like to have a moment of
Sure, go
silence
ahead, yeah.
for Angela. That's good. Okay,
Hold on,
so
let me take
we
my hat.
did-
Okay,
yeah, we
all
did
right.
that.
Really? That's it?
I mean,
I
it
said
was
a moment.
Yeah, it was a moment. It was a second.
That was not my favorite me anyway.
Wait a minute.
Hello, everyone.
She's behind the door. Push. Help. Push. Oh, wow. Well, the dynamite worked. Thank you,
Welcome,
Everest.
my friends. Welcome to my. Well, it's a bunker, really, but it's my headquarters, actually.
It's a very nice bunker. Wow.
Thank you.
There's a microwave.
Yeah, I have it kind of cozy in here. Got some Himalayan salt lamps over here. Vinyl, because vinyl's big now. You know, trendy. Got some vinyl going on.
Some
here a
nice
little bit.
rugs in here, too.
Yeah, rugs are really, they can really tie a room together, as they say. You know?
Enough of the goop talk for a second.
Yeah.
Not for nothing, but you seem very different from all the other Angelas that we've encountered over the years.
Yeah, I am Angela Prime.
Main Daddy was right. Main Daddy called that shit from.
I knew there was an Angela Prime somewhere out there.
I never knew what that meant. So you are the Angela Prime. Does that mean that Angelas were cloned from you?
Yes, I'm the Angela Prime. There were 4 of us, 4 original clones, and I'm the only one who's still alive now.
Dude.
What'd you do with the other ones?
They were kind of used for a lot of things, and they kind of went down some bad paths. Yeah, yeah. Used to make other clones and extras, and just kind of
Spare parts?
things got a little messy. It was new technology.
Felix.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Oh, okay. So you don't like Felix either. Been wondering.
Why
that
do you think
from
I'm
day one.
hiding in this bunker down here? I've been
What?
here forever,
Number
trying
one-
to hide out from everybody.
Yeah,
Are
I
you
didn't
kidding
know.
me?
I didn't know that you were down here. Number one. Number two. I am so sorry that Felix put you through all of this bullshit. You know there are thousands of Angelas now.
Yeah, I know. I hear all of them all the time.
That's
What?
terrible.
You have to hide from yourself.
I do. I do.
Can't we all relate?
No
to
mirrors
that?
down here either.
You are much more like post-apocalyptic, cool looking than all the other Angelas we have met. You have a cool scar, an eye patch, and all that stuff. It's
Thank
very
you.
cool.
Do you
Like Furiosa
yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
Do you like my tunic?
You love it.
The hell
love
of a
it.
tunic.
Are you kidding
Hell of
me?
a tunic.
All of your tattoos are crazy.
Very cool.
Did them myself.
How'd you do the ones on her right arm?
Badly.
Ambidextrous.
On behalf of the fort, we know what you've been through. It's not pleasant.
No.
Well, the guy who blew up this door sent us a bunch of cassettes from.
Yeah, also
Felix.
me.
Okay, so you had a hand in that.
No, he blew up me.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's actually very true.
Blew up me's.
Yeah. The me's.
Felix has us on this spiritual ghost hunt.
Oh,
where
I
we
know.
have. Okay, so you know
I
his
do know.
remains.
The me that just died knew all this information. So
Really?
yeah.
Can I,
know.
show you the map that was sent to me? Do you? If,
Oh yeah, sure.
okay,
Yeah,
if you don't mind, I'm
What,
gonna.
the spiral?
Why are there a bunch of stab marks in it?
That's what you have to do.
story.
You have to take the map, you have to stab it on
You
the desk.
really don't, but you know how it is
Yeah,
with
I
men.
You have
I
to.
do, yeah.
That's how maps work.
Oh my
Stab.
god, give that to me. Give it to me.
All right.
Wait, what?
This has been your north.
I'm sorry.
Top is
Well,
north,
because the
right?
spiral goes right.
Is that
No?
counter?
It's like a Tool song. It tells you where the spiral
Thank you.
goes.
Yeah.
downward.
You guys, you have to turn it this way.
Oh my God! She just turned it around
God
completely.
damn it.
It's
Really?
We have to go to the
It's been
left.
completely wrong the
Really? We
entire
have to go
time.
left
We do
now?
left.
We've been going right for like 7 years.
Yeah, you guys are idiots. Okay, so you see right here?
Yeah.
You guys went left here.
So this is the fort.
Yeah, this is the fort.
This
right
is the
here.
outline of the
outline
fort?
of the fort.
Son of a bitch.
Do you recognize it now? Kind of. It's very abstract.
It's there's a lot of levels. There's a lot going on.
It
Yeah.
even says bathroom, but
Yeah, and
upside down. I didn't know
and
what
he
that
draws
said.
a lot
That's moon rough.
Jesus Christ!
He really
Hey,
likes
guys,
to draw
that's
sharks.
My bedroom.
There's sharks
that's my
here.
bedroom.
Wait, what? After all this time?
Yeah, it
Like
could
for
be really
years.
easy.
Son of a gun.
Yeah,
Ne-
he-
Oh,
next
it
to the
was a
sharks,
mirror.
yeah. No, the sharks. He just liked to doodle sharks.
like there be monsters.
Yeah, not even.
You guys,
He was
it's
actually
a
just practicing how to draw
mirrored
them.
image.
Yeah, he totally Jareth the Goblin King'd you guys.
So many emotions.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm glad you came here though and found me. Do you guys? Are you hungry by the way?
Oh,
Yes.
yes, I'm
Yeah.
starving.
Oh my God!
We
I'm
had
so-
chicken like about 3 days ago.
I can imagine. Yeah, I figured out how to do pom spicy mac and cheese. If you guys want some.
Can you please unshackle us? I am like double
Oh, yeah.
fucking
Come
shackled here. and
I have
can't
some tools.
move.
I have some
You
tools.
don't
Wow, that was
There you go.
quick.
Yeah. I have little skeleton keys for you.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
Do you mind if we? I don't know.
Are you inviting yourself into my bunker?
Can we please? We have nowhere to go.
We can't really
Yeah, that's fine.
go
Yes,
back because of
that's
the
fine.
explosion.
Very good rugs here. You can
Thank
sleep
you so
on.
much. We are so tired and so
Been a
hungry.
rough-
Don't tell the other Angelas by the effing way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys have to get back to the fort. You have to eliminate Felix once and for all, please.
Is there any way you can help us with this?
Probably.
Well, that was a really delicious meal.
It was really good. It was really nice. After everything we went through, that was just very refreshing. We thank you very much, Angela Prime.
It almost helps me forget about the rashes around my wrists and ankles right now from that asshole.
We just have those all year
Hey,
round.
I was
man.
doing fine until you all showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so were we.
Like
So were we.
100%.
In the
Yeah.
process, I almost got killed by zombies and got fucking kidnapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, weren't those good times?
Welcome to the Fort
Those good
Fritz.
times?
Well, you know
Is that what you considered good?
that's a really good prompt, actually. Does anyone have like positive memories of the fort?
If we're remembering, I remember this one time that we all did like a hospital, but it was like cannibals.
Oh,
and
my
we were
God,
like
yeah.
trepanning brains and
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
eating brains.
Yeah,
and
that was fun. We were like,
Yeah.
we got to be doctors, and they were
Yeah.
dying, and they
it
were
was great.
undone. It was fun.
twins
Yeah.
for nurses. It was
Yeah, I remember the 80s themed music that came out of nowhere.
not so much a St. Elmo's fire as a St. Elmo's quagmire.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Giggity.
Right.
Well, I wasn't around for any of that. I kind of really enjoy living here now. Here I am.
Yeah, do you
sounds pretty
regret
cool.
this at all? Seems like you would.
I mean, a little
All right.
bit.
I warned you,
I
Marie.
was warned that this was a treacherous decision to make.
I don't want to hear the complaints.
Angela Prime,
One of my favorite memories is when Nick Spry turned into a snake.
Yeah.
I could use a flauta.
Can't do Tex-Mex anymore.
Yeah,
Did I
Nick-
Flautas.
Nick, do you remember that?
No, forget it. I mean, like my jaw still has issues to this day.
Oh my God, Angela, what a great memory.
Yeah, good song too with it.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. And thank God Arnold, contributed.
Arnold Thicket.
Yeah.
He was our most expensive ghost.
Yeah.
He really
He
was.
did
I
Only up to be
hate
the hot-
bargain basement ghosts.
Yeah.
You got to spend the extra money. Well,
Mandaddy, do you have any?
well, I mean, I do remember one time where, and this is early on, like I guess like episode 3.
Oh, that's very specific.
And
Yeah.
I'm like on a roof, and I fall through a roof.
Yeah, Peaky Butlers.
Yeah.
I smash my back on some sort of weird attic, and there
I think that
I'm
was your
laying
first
there.
concussion.
Yeah, that's my first concussion,
Here.
as far as you know. The first time I fell through the roof, I remember hitting the ground, hitting my head, and then I looked to my left. As reality was draining from my body, and I
tapping into
saw treasure.
Mandaddy?
Like
What's going on?
like a
Wait.
bunch of gold and
What?
Well, I'm checking his pulse.
huge treasure.
Is he okay?
In the top of Fort Fritz under
Wait,
the roof.
gold and treasure on the
Because
top?
I hit my head, but maybe I just hit my head.
Wow,
I don't
it's
know,
like-
but
Wait.
lot of gold treasure on top of Fort Fritz. Big
Treasure?
treasure in Fort Fritz. Like you go,
In the
you
end.
have to fall
Okay.
through the roof, hit your head, you see big treasure.
Wait, before you pass out, is there any other information you would like to give us?
No,
Okay.
I fell
Wow,
through the
that's
roof.
weird.
There was I looked to my left, and there's a huge thick of treasure, like gold and rubies,
Whoa.
and diamonds, and all this shit.
Well,
I just
why didn't you
completely
tell us
forgot.
that from the get-go? Jesus
Because
Christ.
I was trying to bring you through my experience. I was trying to get you all to understand exactly what
just
it meant.
remembering
when
that
you let
now?
me, they let me fall through the roof, and they thought it was just a funny thing. I explained to them the pain I went through. Experience it.
I'm really surprised that he's able to tirade like this.
Yeah,
Because
me too.
before the rejoin, I give him a bunch of Ambien.
Oh,
Wait,
my
what?
God.
Or as I'm calling it now, Scambian, trademark
Yeah.
Nick Spry.
God damn it, Nick.
I'm not your battery.
He said he wasn't going to be able to sleep.
He's fighting it. What
mean-
did you see in the attic when you fell through the
he
attic?
asked for it.
I saw rubies. Saw
He's gone full Forrest Gump.
Gold.
Calm down. Tell me more.
diamonds.
Tell me more.
I
Oh, my God.
saw.
You see a tomb? Tomb? Yes? No? Yes?
Wake
tomb?
up, wake up. Flick him. Nope. Oh, Natty in the face.
Nope.
All right.
Why did you drug
Okay.
him?
All right.
Asked for it.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's a very uptight man. He needs to get a full night's sleep.
You're not wrong.
He fell through the roof early on in Fort Fritz history.
Right.
He says he found treasures, gold, and I can only assume He found something else there that we didn't talk about. Angela Prime just said the map was upside down.
Yeah.
In
Idiots.
theory,
Does it just mean that we need to go upstairs?
Well, what is this? Now, why is he...
Okay.
What? Say,
Nick, smack him in the face. See if he's awake.
Give him a flick.
Idiots.
no, that's hit him again.
Marie, try to pull one of his legs.
Hey, just
I have 2.
Oh, well, that's a weird answer.
Hold on, I'm gonna Randy Macho Man Savage him. Hold on.
Elbow drop. Man on the ropes. He's going to the top rope, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
There
why
he
does he
goes.
do these things?
There he goes. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, wow,
look at that
beautiful.
form.
Where's Miss Elizabeth? Down on the elbow drop.
Let's see.
He knows something.
I'm gonna call the bushwhackers and kick your ass.
No, I
How
think,
is
I
he
think
talking?
you
Okay.
guys
No,
should go to
he's-
sleep for the evening, and then you guys can get the hell out of here in the morning. How about that?
All right.
And so, how can he answer if he's unconscious?
Shut up, Nick.
We're not going to be able to move him or talk to him for at least an 8-hour period right now, unless he decides
much
to get
did
up
you
and
give him?
sleepwalk. Just, all the rest of what I had.
Oh, God. Is he going to wake up ever?
Yeah, Man
He's got a
Daddy.
very high tolerance.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like
Yeah.
trying to put down an elephant.
Yeah, you know how
Yeah,
Man
that's
Daddy just talks even when he doesn't
kinda
need to
fair,
talk. He
yeah.
talks just to talk, and then we're like, all right, shut up, and then he keeps talking.
Yeah,
I get
it's
it.
fair.
He needed some sleep.
Fuck you, Fritz.
It's like can you see his legs are moving like
Yeah.
a dog asleep? Like he's sleep tranching. He's sleep
little buddy
sleep
He's doing
tranching.
sleep tranching. Yeah.
All right, I think the only we need to get our own rest. And
Yeah.
Angela Prime, thank you so much.
You're
Without you,
very welcome.
I don't know what we would do.
Yeah, I've sacrificed a lot for you.
If you are on board, I would like to take out Felix.
You ready to be into this?
Don't trust
Is
her.
Oh, boy.
You're listening to Fort Fritz. I think back to my upbringing. I felt like I was not given a chance. And I think the first time I really realized that I could give something else a better future was when I met Schmutzy Cat. You want to say hi? You want to say hi to them? Yeah. I think that all changed for me. I realized that I was her human, give her a better life. And although she does attack my hand every now and then if I don't give her enough salmon. Out of love, comes from a good place. I just want to be someone something, And if I'm this cat something, then that's good enough. Is it a crime to want someone there for you when you get home? Is it a crime to not be alone when you get home? To give your all to a creature that doesn't have that? You're saying I can't have my cat now? Is it a crime to visit recently dug human graves in cemeteries? Find the right specimen. Take the stem cells out of that corpse. Make a perfect roommate. A female, but not in a creepy way. A female who would be there for me forever and make thousands of them, so technically they would never die. Is that a crime? Is that on the books? Last time I checked, it's not. And that's the only family I have. Well, I guess technically I do have one family member, a nephew named Fritz. I don't even know this Fritz guy. But according to the 2000 census, he's all I got. So I'm going to give him everything I do own because I do believe in giving back to the family. I do believe that there is some trust and blood, and I hope that that is accurate. And I hope it doesn't come back in my face. But until then, I'm going to give all the love I can to feral cats, including Schmutzy, and genetically engineered roommates like Angela. That law is not on the books. So you're saying I can't have a cat? That's bullshit. I love my cat. I love my cat.